Happy Tuesday! My name's Nick.
My name is Alan.
And welcome into the dungeon. So yeah, just to recap, we want to start making our way back towards Bramble with the intention of, untethering her and making our way back to the wagon.
Alright, so you all set off. Wilbur dumps some sand onto the fire, just to put it out. He's always very mindful of nature and the animals around. And you head off back in the direction to where Bramble was. After a bit more than 10 minutes this time, because dwarven legs don't carry you that far. You reach the glade, the opening, where Bramble is. Surely enough, you see him there. And you still see the corpses littered around the floor as you left them. Doran! Hilda breaks in a run as she throws herself on her late husband's corpse. We had so much going for us. I'll miss you eternally. Wait for me in Dwarf Home. I will see you soon, my love.
It's probably best we give poor Hilda a moment. After a few minutes, Wilbur, use your glistening muscles to gently pick up Doran and take him back to the wagon.
Okay. It's very sad.
That it is. I'll go and untie Bramble in the meantime.
So yeah, we want to leave Hilda to have a moment with her late husband.
Okay. You see her there, weeping and looking at Doran while she talks to him. Can't really catch what she's saying as she's saying it under her breath a bit.
While she's doing that, I want to be untying Bramble. And then after a few moments pass, have Wilbur gently pick up Doran. And I guess there's nothing else to do but start making our way back to the wagon.
As you might remember from last time, Bramble seemed to be tied to the bush by something other than the weeds, some rope. So you go untying that, and Bramble moves about slightly nervously. Roll me a animal handling check, if you will.
We're starting right where we left off. That's a big old natural one.
Oof. So yeah, you tug a bit too tight and show the horse too much of the knife that I guess you're using to try and cut it free.
Well, I was trying to untie it, but
Okay.
yeah, we'll say that Arfharim on that roll
Produce the knife.
struggled a bit and decided to take the knife out.
All right, so he starts bucking and trying to get away from you as his eyes open wider, afraid of what you might do to it. But Wilbur sees you from afar and asks, Are you okay, Arfharim? Do you need a helping hand?
Yes, Wilbur. This horse, it's a ferocious beast.
You just need to be gentle with him, Arfharim.
Well, trust me, I'm trying. But this damn knot won't come off.
Wilbur gets closer to you, lays a hand on the side of the horse's neck, whispers something, and puts his forehead to his. Roll animal handling for Wilbur.
That's a total of 19 for Wilbur. Showing me up.
Well, it's his area of expertise, animals. So as soon as he does that, the horse Bramble quickly calms down and strokes Wilbur's head with his forehead and lets you carry on untying or cutting the rope. Once you do that, Wilbur leads Bramble towards where Hilda is. He puts a hand on Hilda's shoulder, and as she looks up, Wilbur nods at her in understanding and compassion and looks at Doran. Hilda, understanding, moves to one side, still sobbing, with her heart in her mouth. Wilbur slightly comically crouches down with his big frame in a squat, picks up Doran, puts him on his shoulder, and pushes with his legs to carrying him as a sort of fireman carry. Goes towards Bramble, strokes his flank whilst he lays Doran on the saddle.
Okay, Arfharim, I'm ready.
Let's head off back to the wagon then. Timmy, it would probably be good if you stay a good 40 to 50 feet ahead of us. Lead the way. Oh, actually, I've just remembered you've got no idea where the wagon is.
Not really, no. I just popped out in this glade.
Well, let's make our way back to the road. We shouldn't be able to miss it from there.
You want to make your way normally or try and be stealthy? I mean, it's going to be hard with a horse.
With a horse, a sobbing widow, a dead guy on the saddle. Yeah, there's no stealth here.
Okay. So you make short work of it. You know where the road is. You know where you came from. And after a while, you exit back at the tradeway where you first met Doran. His cart is still there.
So we want to place Doran gently inside the wagon, invite Hilda to ride alongside him, and following our exploits in trying to untie Bramble, I'm going to suggest that Wilbur drive the cart.
So you've just kind of invited yourselves to ride with Hilda? You're not going to even ask?
Well, we told her we'd be her personal escort. So.
Oh, yeah, okay. True.
I mean, unless she objects, but...
No, it's fine. Yeah, Hilda, remembering that you had offered to help her on her last leg down to Daggerford, graciously accepts your kind offer to actually drive the cart while she mourns her late husband and the privacy that the small cart will offer in this testing time. You know you're still around a day's travel from Daggerford. It's around midday now, so you are aware that you will probably have to stop one more time unless you want to drive through the night.
So I think we're going to continue through the night, but the first 4 hours of the journey, I want to take a long rest, which fortunately for me, being of elven heritage, or half-elven heritage, certainly, will only be 4 hours. After that, I will drive through the night and hopefully arrive safely at Daggerford.
Very well. If you take around the 8 hours non-stop that you need to get to Daggerford, like a day of travel, you'd probably reach around 8. It'll probably start being dark, but it won't be midnight or anything like that. So it should still be pretty safe.
Okay, so I don't need to take a long rest then.
Okay, so you'll be riding contently beside Wilbur, right?
Yeah, I'm going to instruct Timmy to be keeping watch from atop the wagon.
Okay. So Wilbur hitches Bramble to the cart, gets on it, helps you up, if you're willing to take his hand.
I'm not that old, Wilbur.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I can get up on the wagon myself.
Okay.
I try to jump on.
Okay, let's say, because you're not that young, roll a acrobatics save. Save.
Save.
Check.
Oh.
Roll an acrobatics check.
Man, I think I lent you my dice a couple of sessions ago.
Jinxed them.
Yeah, I really think you have, because I think last session I barely rolled above a 3. I've rolled twice with Arfharim. The first one was a natural 1. This one's not much better. It's a natural 2.
Whew.
Plus a 2, so a total of 4.
A 4, okay. So as you jump up, you slightly misjudge the step and slip off it and bang your shin on the side of the cart.
Oh, Wilbur, you were supposed to help me up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here, have my hand.
I grab it rather sheepishly and pull myself up.
There you go. Sit down.
You're supposed to keep me safe, Wilbur.
Oh, I wasn't aware that the cart would attack you.
Oh, we must have eyes at the back of our head, Wilbur.
Okay.
I sort of dust my robes off rather sheepishly, making sure no one else has seen me.
Wilbur wipes a bit of sweat from his forehead and sits down, tries not to make eye contact with you, and grabs the reins and begins to move the cart forward. Timothy, as you asked of him, stays above the wagon, kind of coming in and out of it, keeping an eye out for any possible trouble. Roll on a perception check.
It's a total of 9.
The journey continues. It's quite a pleasant afternoon. The sun is out in full force in these summer months of flame rule. The birds are singing. There's a cool breeze also coming in from the west. And the hours pass quite quickly. Unless you want to do anything, I'll just say that you're starting to arrive to Daggerford as the sun begins to set.
There's not much to do or say. It's quite a somber trip. Hearing Hilda sob in the back. So yeah, we're not really doing anything.
As the road dips and rises through the gentle landscape, Daggerford comes into view at the crest of a hill. At first it is no more than a break in the tree line, where the faint smoke from cooking fires curls into the sky. Then as the wagon moves closer, the town reveals itself, a modest yet well-fortified settlement hugging the northern bank of the Delimbir River. A sturdy wooden palisade, reinforced with wooden walkways for the town's guards to patrol, surrounds most of the town. Just beyond it, a shallow but steady flowing moat encircles the settlement, fed by the river to the south. A drawbridge, currently lowered, spans the moat and the main gate, its chains and winches ready to pull it up should the danger threaten. A stone keep belonging to the ruling Daggerford family rises above the town on a low hill. The high road leads past Daggerford and then turns left into the town's main gate, where Daggerford's guards, clad in practical armor and bearing the town's sigil, keep watch. The Delimbir River, broad and slow-moving, runs along the southern edge of the town, with a sturdy stone bridge allowing passage over its waters. As the cart draws closer to the town, Hilda peers out from behind you, drawing the cart's top slightly apart. "Stop in front of the guards and let me talk to them."
Of course, my dear. Wilbur, get Betsy to stop.
Okay.
He pulls slightly on the reins. Betsy, or as he's actually called,
Oh, yeah.
Bramble, comes to a slow stop just after crossing the drawbridge, right in front of the guards on the gate. Hilda climbs down from the cart and makes her way to the guards. You see them converse for a little bit as Hilda turns, guards following them. They pass by you, look at you and Wilbur, nod, and carry on towards the back of the cart.
As they go into the back of the cart, I sort of wink at Timmy and cock my head towards the book. Probably not wise to have a ghost.
I'm gonna roll to see if the guards have noticed him already.
I mean, I would hope that Timmy is wise enough to maybe just has kept his head peering out at this point and not his full body.
Timmy was at the top of the cart, but the guards don't seem to have looked up. They passed by you, looked at you, and carried on.
Timmy!
I'm winking and nodding my head, hopefully.
Timmy disappears, and for all you know, he's probably back in the book. You hear the guards get on the wagon.
My condolences, Hilda. He was a fine man, a fine craftsman. Daggerford will sorely miss him and his wares.
Thank you. You hear them climb down again, and this time they head towards you.
Is it true that you killed the bandit leader, Vinny?
Yes. Wilbur, present Vinny's head.
Okay.
Wilbur unfastens the head, which is still tied to his belt, grabs it by the hair, and pulls it up at shoulder length.
Yes, that matches the description. Now, if you don't mind, hand the head here. The last thing we want to do is cause alarm in the town.
Of course I understand, but there was a poster, though, on him. Mentioned something of a reward.
Oh, yes, of course. Worry not. Take this letter.
And he produces his letter from one of the pockets in his leather armor.
Take it to the barracks. They will reward you there.
Is most kind. Quite the unpleasant chap.
Yes. He's been causing trouble around the area. Bandits have become emboldened because of the situation in Waterdeep. There's not much, or there's at least not as much surveillance as there used to be. But anyway, I'm glad that that problem is solved now.
Yes, well, there's Vinny is dead and Trevor, some fellow that had a crossbow.
Yes,
And then
probably.
the other three went running
Really?
with their tails behind their legs.
Let's hope they don't cause any more trouble.
Oh, I think the days of causing trouble are far behind them. We gave them quite the fright.
Good. Well, thank you again. I'll open the gates.
And he turns around with his companion, and they open the gates so that the cart can pass.
Hilda,
Yes.
I can't help but feel a little responsible for your husband's untimely demise.
No, don't be silly.
I must insist that I pay for his burial rites.
I couldn't ask that of you. It's not you've already done enough. You've saved my life, after all.
I will not take no for an answer, Hilda.
Okay, there's a lot I need to do, though, and I need to figure all of this out. I need to get things sorted for the actual burial. I need to take him to the temple of Moradin. Doran's body will be looked at, prepared for burial there. I will keep vigil tonight, and I shall await my children to arrive from Waterdeep.
Oh, I thought your children were here in Daggerford.
No, we were on our way back from Waterdeep. We had gone to visit them. They sell our wares there. Doran, my husband, used to craft the items. Used to sell them here, and our children were
started a new life in Waterdeep. We were helping them out.
Oh, I understand. Would this be one of your husband's crafts then?
And from the pouch of distribution, I pull out that half-crafted dagger.
Yes, it's unmistakably his work.
Then you should keep it. This looks like it was the last thing he created. I found it on one of the bandit leaders.
It was our anniversary soon. Maybe that was his gift. He always gifted me little daggers and another trinkets that he used to craft. It's unfinished, but I'll cherish it forever.
Come to think of it, was he a jeweler as well by any chance?
No, the finest blacksmith in Daggerford. It was one of Derval Iron-Eater's apprentices. Hilda goes back into the cart. If you don't mind, could you drop me off at Moradin's temple? It's on the right as you pass the gate, down the road and to the left where Drillfield is. It's a big square, you can't miss it.
Of course, Hilda. We will take you there. I will speak with the priest. As I said before, I wish to pay for Doran's burial. Onward, Wilbur.
Wilbur urges the horse forward as it passes through the gate. You see a collection of houses and a road distinctively leading to the right, kind of dirt road. You get to the open area, the square, like she mentioned, that you imagine is a drill field, and she says, "It's fine here. I'll walk the rest of the way."
I want to accompany her into the temple.
Stay here with the horse. Wilbur, I'll be back shortly.
Very well.
You and Hilda step off the cart and make your way to the small temple on the side of the drill field. As you step inside, the scent of hot metal and sacred incense fills the air. The temple is small but sturdy, built from thick-cut stone blocks, each carved with dwarven runes. The ceiling is low, supported by thick columns, etched with scenes of Moradin foraging the first dwarves from the heart of the mountains. At the far end of the temple, a grand anvil sits atop a raised dais, its surface gleaming. Behind it, the forge burns with an eternal flame, its heat steady but not overwhelming, casting shadows across the chamber. A dwarven priest clad in soot-stained robes and a heavy smith's apron hammers methodically at a blade, his strikes rhythmic like a sacred chant. "This is Moradin's temple, but that forge, that's dedicated to Faramekul, the deity we worship. His body will be prepared and burnt in this holy forge."
I imagine you'll want to wait for your children to join you before.
Yes, that is the idea. And as I said, tonight I'll stay with my husband. I need to get home first, though. But I want to break the news to the priest.
The body's still outside in the cart, so she heads on over to the priest. You want to join her, or?
Yes, I was considering asking Wilbur to bring the body in, but I don't want to cause any disrespect. I don't know if they want to bring Doran in, or if they have some sort of ritual, so I'll join her. For moral support.
All right. So she walks up to the priest.
"Father Borgal, I have unfortunate news."
What is it, dear?
Doran, my husband, he has fallen in battle, slain by a wretched bandit.
That is unfortunate news indeed. My condolences.
We shall prepare him, and he shall indeed join Faramekul in Dwarfholm. He will serve him like he did in life, were we not? Is he with you? Well, he's outside. Do you need help bringing him in?
And Hilda looks at you.
My grandson can bring him in.
Very well. I shall prepare a place for him at the back. Lay him there.
The priest heads off to the back and starts preparing an area. Hilda follows the priest, helps him out.
I head on out and beckon Wilbur to bring Doran's body.
He does so. He carefully picks up Doran, follows you back into the church. You see Hilda and the priest talking. The area is prepared, and Wilbur, understanding what needs to be done, takes him over and sets him down carefully.
Arfharim, would you mind taking me home? I need to get some things, and then I'll come back.
Of course. More than happy to escort you. I am your personal guard, after all.
Oh, I'm glad. I needed the company on the way down. Thank you very much.
So Hilda stands up and makes her way out of the temple towards a cart, climbs back into the back, and awaits for you guys to take her home. She indicates the direction. It's in the Farmer's Road, north of where you are currently. And if you oblige after a while, it's not that big of a city. You reach the place, and she indicates you to stop, and she gets down. Do you want to join me? Do you need anything? A drink? Something to eat? I won't be here long, but you're welcome to stay for a bit.
Well, if you'd like some company, you're more than willing to stay. I think we'll be staying in Daggerford a day or two at the most.
Oh, really?
Then we must make our way down to Baldur's Gate. I don't want to impose, though, if you'd rather be alone. Completely understand.
Well, as I said, I'll stay with my husband tonight, but if you want to stay a short while here, and I'm more than happy to, if you're hungry, thirsty, offer you what I can, whilst I get prepared and get my things ready.
No, you get ready. Hilda, I don't want to be in your way. Is there a good tavern you could recommend that we spend the night?
Well, just down the road you have the River Shining Tavern. It's the biggest building in the center of the Farmer's Road. It's very hard to miss. That's the biggest tavern in Daggerford.
Well, if you need me, you know where to find me. Wilbur and I will head down there. But I will pay a brief visit to Father Baldur. As I said, I want to pay for Doran's rights.
I very much appreciate it. Thank you.
So on that note, we want to leave her to her business. And, I imagine we've tethered up Bramble, who's her horse.
Yeah.
And we want to head back on foot towards the temple.
Okay, yeah. It's a short distance again. It's a small town.
Father Baldur,
Yes.
don't know if you remember me. I was here a short while ago with Hilda.
Yes.
I would like to make a payment for Doran's rights. I do not wish for poor Hilda to incur any expense.
Very well. Couple of gold should do. There's not many expenses, but it covers everything.
So I take 2 gold out and offer it to him.
Very well. May Moradin's glory be bestowed upon you.
And I couldn't help but notice you're working at the anvil there.
Yes.
I've got some trinkets that I think a keen eye like yourself might be able to give me an indication as to what these are worth. See, my grandson and I are but poor travellers on the long road to Baldur's Gate, but I know not much of the value of gold and jewellery.
Do tell.
Would you be able to give me an indication as to how much this gold ingot would sell for at market?
Let me see here. Yes. Pure gold. This goes for about 100 gold pieces.
100 gold pieces.
That's correct.
Can I insight check him?
Yeah. What are you trying to ascertain here?
Just to see if he's being truthful.
Okay.
Total of 25.
Yeah, I mean, he seems totally truthful. He's a man of the cloth. He's a priest. You don't get the feeling that he's trying to trick you or con you or anything like that.
Good, good.
And I also have this necklace that I found. This green stone.
Precious stone. Good craftsmanship. The right buyer. Go up to around 200 gold. You have hit quite the jackpot there.
Fascinating. Thank you so much for your honesty.
You're very welcome. May Moradin's glory be bestowed upon you, and all of Farmincool's ever forging fire.
Also with you, my friend.
Anyway, I shall be preparing Doran. He seems to have been strangled. Lots of bruises around his neck.
I'm walking out.
Remember, one thing to note is that the attack was necrotic damage.
I'm walking out.
Okay. Where are you heading off to?
I want to head off to the barracks and claim my reward.
Ooh, the barracks. All right, so the barracks are conveniently close to Moradin's small temple. It's actually across from you, passing the drill field.
Come, Wilbur. Let's receive our bounty.
Okay.
So yeah, we march up, knock on the door if it's closed. If it's open, I just want to waltz in.
Well, there's a few guards, again, guarding the entrance.
Do you need assistance?
Oh, yes, my good sir.
It's late.
I've come to collect a bounty.
What bounty?
We slayed dear old Vinny.
Vinny. Pathetic little rat. I could have done it myself. I wasn't.
But you didn't.
No, I'm here, guarding this damn barrack.
Well, your colleague over there gave me this letter.
He looks at the letter, unfolds it, folds it back, hands it back.
Very well, step in. You want to speak to John?
And where may I find this John?
Just walking. I'm sure you'll see him.
So I walk in and I have a glance, see if I see...
So surely enough, yeah, you see a human guard. Looks a bit more experienced than the others you've seen so far. It's around 6'10" if you had to guess, although he's sitting down at a table. He's got neatly cropped hair, and there's a helmet on the side, on top of the table. He has a scar running down his face that covers most of the side of his right cheek. He's eating a piece of corn on the cob. As he puts it down, picks up a pen and starts writing. Hears you walk in and looks up.
Well. What did the dogs bring in?
Oh, the dogs have brought in Arfharim and his Folly.
Arfharim and his Folly, you say?
Yes, so we have come to collect our reward.
Reward? Which one?
And he points to a variety of posters hanging on the wall of different bounties that are out.
Do any of them look like the other bandits we killed?
Not from here, you can't really see any of those. No Trevor or anything like that. But you do recognize Vinny.
So I walk up to Vinny and I point at him.
This one.
Oh, wily Vinny, eh? Well, I'm glad to see the end of him.
One of your men outside. He gave me this letter.
Oh, very well. Hand it over.
I hand it over.
Picks it up, glances over it.
Everything's in order?
He signs it off, closes it, puts it in a drawer, and brings out a small pouch.
Here you go. Thanks for your service. If you see any of these bastards on the wall, do come back.
You don't happen to have copies that I can take with me?
Yes, of course. Just take them from the wall. I'll replace them later.
So yeah, I start ripping them all off the wall.
Okay, there's about 6 that were on the wall.
So I take 5, assuming that one of them was Vinny.
Yeah, you can see clearly that one was Vinny.
Well, I'd be glad to see you back with the heads of these lot.
Well, if they're as weak as Vinny was, I'll be back with all 5.
Great. Except that one there. We want that one alive.
Oh, which one?
The woman.
Oh, woman? What does she want it for?
That's more than we can disclose. All we need her is here and alive.
And if I bring her dead?
Well, you won't get paid, will you?
I'll see what I can do.
Anyway, if that's all, I've got a lot of matters to attend to.
Would you be able to point me to the nearest stable? I'm in need of a good horse.
Well, you can get some in the market tomorrow. Right now, you won't find any shops open.
Very well, I'll be heading over to the River Shining Tavern then.
Sounds good to me. I might catch you there later. Have a drink or two.
I'll hold you to it.
But you'll be paying. You just got 10 gold, my friend.
And with that, Wilbur and I walk out and start making our way to the River Shining Tavern.
Alright, so again, you make your way to the River Shining Tavern. The doors are open, there's lively music inside, and quite a bit of a ruckus. You see as people are start to leave their homes and make their way into the inn. It's quite a big inn and offers, from what you can see, quite a few rooms. So you're hoping to perhaps find lodging there and some food and drink, I imagine.
Indeed I do.
And as you enter, you see a lot of tables are quite busy. There's a few waiters making their way up and down, serving the locals, and a human woman standing behind the bar, giving orders as tables are being served.
I want to head up over to that human woman.
Good evening, dear.
1 second. Can't you see I'm busy, son?
Oh, it's been a long time since I've been called son.
She now looks at you.
Oh, sorry. Didn't realize. You're older than my grandfather. And he died 20 years ago.
Well, my grandson here and I are looking for lodging in your fine establishment.
It's 1 gold per night, 8 silver pieces per meal.
Well, even though he's a big boy, he only eats tack and cheese.
Really?
Wilbur, would you like anything else? Perhaps some corn on the cob, like Captain John?
Yes, maybe an apple.
Yes, well, there's menus there. Go sit down, grab a table.
Do we pay on check-in or check-out?
You pay up front. What do you think this is? Charity?
Oh, feisty.
Well, if you need to keep an inn like this in order, you gotta grow a pair of balls.
I like her, Wilbur. Well, my grandson and I will be staying at least 1 night in your establishment, potentially 2.
Very well. You got the money, I got the rooms.
So yeah, Wilbur and I head over to a table. I'm looking over my shoulder at her as I walk towards a free table.
Quite the character, Wilbur.
She said balls.
That she did.
Hmm.
Something tells me that hers are bigger than yours and mine combined.
Hmm.
As you sit down, you can see there's a menu on the table, so you can take your time to order anything as the tavern around you begins to become busier. You see quite an array of different people, from dwarves to humans. They're all minding the business, just having a good time, keeping to their tables.
Tonight we don't really want to mingle. We just want to eat after a long day's travel and battle, have some wine, have some food, and rather quietly just retire to our rooms.
Very well, so after your quick meal, you get up and head on to the second floor, up the stairs, to a long corridor with quite a few rooms. The owner has indicated, whilst you were eating, which room was assigned to you. So you're sharing with Wilbur. You paid 1 gold for that room, 2 gold in total for the 2 days, and you make your way up and find a lodging.
We should enjoy this, Wilbur. It's a few days on the road. My aching body.
Hmm.
Not as young as I used to be.
Yes, I look forward to sleeping in a comfy bed.
There is 2 beds in this room, isn't there?
Yes,
Oh,
they're 2
good.
separate beds. So you're tucking in for the night?
That we are. I mean, whilst I'm lying down in bed, I want to be inspecting that necklace that Father Barkul told me was worth quite a pretty penny.
Okay.
I want to try and see if there's anything magical about it.
Do you want to actively check it, or you're just taking a rest with it to see if you learn anything?
Taking a rest with it.
Okay. So you're going to bed?
Yeah.
All right. So the night passes without much commotion. You have a very well-deserved sleep after those first few days on the road and those encounters you've had. You wake up to the sound of songbirds, the sun shining in through one of the windows, hits your face. It's a pleasant awakening. You feel refreshed and ready for the road ahead. You don't feel that the time you spent with that necklace has proven it to be anything other than a necklace, mundane, although valuable and pretty as it is, it's still a mundane necklace. And as you're listening to the bird songs outside, you suddenly realize that you hear one inside. Some of the chirping is coming from close by. By the way, you've leveled as well. You are now level 2.
Ooh, nice. That's exciting, but now I'm thinking about Tammy. So before I get sidetracked with that bird song, I want to roll for my new HP.
Okay.
Although, judging on how I've rolled today, this is probably going to be an unwise decision.
Good luck.
Yeah, it was shit.
Oh shit. How much?
I've rolled a 2
Oh.
plus my constitution, which is 2, so I get 4 extra
Ooh.
HP.
You would have got what? 5 if you wouldn't have rolled?
I should have checked that, but yeah, I've definitely got less than I would have got by...
Well, hopefully next time it evens out.
Well, at least now I'm in double figures. I learn a couple more spells, but I'll have to do a little bit of homework. And I'll let you know before the next session which ones I prepare.
Okay, no worries. Wilbur will level 2, and that means that he now has the trait Second Wind.
Ooh, I remember that.
Yeah, the warrior can use a bonus action on its turn to regain hit points equal to 1d10 plus its level. He can only use it after a short or long rest, if he uses it. And his HP is now up to 19.
That's respectable.
Not bad at all.
But you've piqued my interest.
Tammy, is that you? Wilbur, shh, can you hear that?
Yes, sounds like a blackbird.
Where are you, Tammy? Please tell me it's you.
I imagine you're concentrating on the sound. It's very easy to tell it's coming from the birdhouse atop your staff, that I imagine you had laid it close to you before going to bed, next to your bed.
Yeah, I jump out of bed, totally nude,
All right.
and I'm rushing to the birdhouse.
Okay. You pick up the staff.
Tammy,
I'm peeking my eye into the birdhouse.
Sure enough, as you peek in, you see a egg that seems to have hatched inside the birdhouse. Don't know how long that was in there. And surely enough, you see Tammy, the blackbird you so much adored, in the birdhouse. You also notice that the crack that appeared in the birdhouse, although still visible, seems to have repaired somewhat.
It's a miracle, Wilbur. It's a miracle. She's come back to me.
Oh, that's nice.
Rather strange, though. Seems there's an egg in here.
The egg is hatched. It's not like a laid egg. It's the shell of a kind of hatched egg. You can kind of guess that perhaps Tammy hatched from it.
What a mystery. But what a wonderful one.
I put my fingers out, hoping for Tammy to perch herself on them.
Yeah, with a flutter, she alights on your fingers and carries on with a bird song that you thoroughly enjoyed many a time.
I'm there with a couple of tears welling in my eyes, scratching the back of her neck.
Oh, don't leave me again, Tammy.
She continues to sing, and the magical moment is slightly ruined when you hear commotion from downstairs. It's a bit muffled, but you hear shouts.
What is that ruckus, Wilbur?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe someone got too drunk last night.
No doubt the captain.
Hmm.
Ruining my moment, my reunion with my beloved Tammy. What a shame that we didn't get that spell from Pip-Kip that speak with animals. Oh, the adventures you could tell me, Tammy. Where you've been, where your egg came from, where you've hatched.
So again, you continue to hear shouting.
Can I try and perceive, is it a fight? Is it an argument? Am I hearing a brawl here, or?
Roll a perception check.
That's a big old 22.
Nice. You hear two voices. First off, you hear a voice you don't recognize. It's kind of very loud and very excited. And then you hear the voice of the owner you met yesterday, the woman that was behind the bar. And they seem to be discussing in loud voices. After a while, you hear footsteps coming up the stairs that lead to the corridor where your room is situated. And you hear the owner's voice. All right, everybody out.
What is the meaning of this?
Everybody out. She starts banging on the doors one by one.
I open the door in my full...
Come on,
Yes,
Grabs. Put some pants on your way down.
What is the meaning of this?
You'll get your refund, don't worry.
Refund?
Refund.
I don't plan on leaving.
She carries on past you and starts knocking on the other doors as she starts ushering patrons out. And you hear a second set of footsteps make their way up the stairs.
I'm still in the corridor, just
Yeah.
all hanging out.
Yeah.
Sort of looking at the patrons like, what's going on here?
The patrons are starting to walk down, and these second set of footsteps make their way up. And as you look down the corridor at the top of the stairs, you see a tall man with blonde hair, shaggy, and an equally shaggy beard, covered in heavy plate armor, wearing a tabard emblazoned with what seems to be a religious symbol.
I have been informed that there is an evil spirit that has taken up residence in this inn. Everyone, make your way out, and on the way down, collect your refund. It's on me.
About 24 patrons now start coming out of the door and making their way down and out. The knight approaches you as you stand there, naked.
Not you. You two.
As he looks inside at the open door to see Wilbur starting to change.
You stay with me. I am going to need your help.
And that is where we're going to end it.
Oh dear. I've got a feeling what's going on here. Probably something to do with poor old Timmy.
Well, we shall have to wait till next week to find out.
If you can't wait a whole week, make sure you visit our website, www.i2td.com. Follow the links there to our website, our podcast, and of course our Discord server. Whilst you're there, why not click on that little coffee cup and follow the link there to our Buy Me a Coffee page, where you can make a one-off donation or you can sign up to our tier and support the podcast regularly. Each of those donations essentially buys us a potion in-game, so it's an opportunity for you to be a part of the stories we tell and shape the adventures we play.
If you cannot donate or wish not to, worry not, you can still share with your friends, like our content, maybe leave a review in your podcast player of choice. Just generally spread the word of i2td.com or i2td, and yeah, we're very much appreciative of it.
And that brings us on to the end of the episode club.
The last one standing.
You know what to do by now. We give you a password. You prove to us that you have the highest constitution by having stayed through all the way to the very end of the episode. Do you have a password for us today, Al?
Well, yes, I do. Today's password is excellent, but it has to be spelled with egg in the front.
I think it's quite self-explanatory today.
Yeah, it's an excellent reunion between Tammy the bird and Arfharim, and obviously Tammy was born from an egg, hatched from an egg. So there you go. We look forward to reading your entries.
And that now brings us on to the true end of the episode. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening. We love you, and we hope to see you next week as we delve into the dungeon.